That's where your interpretation starts in the hole. Then, when you start fishing, you fish the areas where the holes come into the.
This is 60 here.
Yeah, where the holes come in.
You should have gave him a different one to look.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, this is good. Right here. This area here, you concentrate your efforts. This area, probably this area,
Hump.
hump. How deep's that hump?
Won't use it. Won't be used.
Only in the fall.
Bad weather conditions, cold water, even pike or walleyes,
Yeah, they'll use it.
but not bass.
Large one.
One of our best,
Only in cold water
one of our
situations,
best
bad weather
spots
conditions.
is the 18-foot hook.
I had that
Loon
on
Lake in the
fall,
lake.
buddy.
Loon Lake.
Yeah, right by his house.
Carolina.
Bass or
But only in the
It's
fall.
not big.
Or under bad
Beyond the
weather.
brake lines on the side.
We got another lake, Big Turkey. It's got a series that had some holes in the channels between the lakes. And we stopped at a couple of those and we said, just cast out. We're going to cast out in one of these little holes. A lot of times there's fish there.
Not very deep hole.
Yeah, they weren't very deep holes. They were only 10, 15 feet deep. And normally I would have passed them up. I just would have passed them up. There's not deep water there. There's nothing really hold a fish.
But it's the
Why not?
deepest water in the
It's
area.
the deepest water in the area, but you know, I never put it together until I fished with John, and we made a pretty good catch. In fact, there was a tournament going on at that time. After we threw a couple of 3-pounders back, we started keeping our fish, and we had twice the weight of the fish that won the tournament.
Well, how much
Yeah.
money did you make?
So none. We wasn't in the tournament, but anyway, the next week I was fishing this chain of lakes, and I was just buzzing through there. It's a no weight zone, so I was just kind of buzzing along, and I was looking at my dip beater, and all of a sudden it went down to about 15 feet and come right back up.
Right at the end of the
And I thought, geez, you know, maybe I better stop and cast this one. So I just kind of took a tour around it. There was a little bitty point on one, it wasn't very prominent, but I just parked my boat and made a cast out of there. Very first cast, I caught a 5.5 or 5 3/4 pound fish. The next one was like 6.5. The next one was 6 3/4. The next one was 5.5. The next one was a 5-pounder, and I lost it at the boat. I lost another 5-pounder at the boat.
Did you have plenty of toilet paper?
Were these walleye?
No, it was largemouth bass.
Largemouth bass, wow.
Deepest water, 15. And like I say, if I hadn't been with John the week before, I'd have went right on by that. Never would have even.
No weeds, never pass it.
Never would have thought that they.
That's their hole. Well, they're fishing that area, buddy. He didn't know there's another hole over here. That's his hole. That was.
But a
that
river
wasn't
channel
in-
does run through there, and they can get into that hole. And when they're there, they were probably pretty much just trapped.
Yeah, they stayed there.
Yeah, stayed right there.
Probably from spawn. What time of year was it? Summer? Fall?
Is that one of the best catches you've ever made?
Yes.
By far?
Yeah.
Yep, I was shaking.
He got into a school of walleye 65 feet on the lake next to us.
That wasn't the best catch you ever made.
Remember that big boat thing?
The best catch you ever
He was
made
vertical
was on
jigging it.
Wixom.
That's 65 feet of water on a saddle or anything.
Tell us about Wixom.
We were coming back from Tawas the year before last. Me and a first-year spoonplugger from South Bend. And we were making a pass on an inside bend to a river channel. And it come out to a point, and the river channel went on clear across the lake. And as we trolled over that point, we hit a good fish. 4.5, 5 pounds. We threw it back, and we turned around and come back again. We did that 3 times before we went, there's a school of fish here, dummy. So we anchored on that point, and we made a couple of casts with jump lures. And we caught a fish or 2. But then this first-year spoonplugger said, shouldn't we be throwing spoon plugs? And I said, you're absolutely right, we should. We threw spoon plugs, and we caught a nice stringer of 5-pound and more bass. Largemouth and small.
Oh.
Yeah, largemouth and small. That's true. They were together. Yeah, this guy enlightened Ted a little bit. Yeah, Do it. If you can do it. Because it'll be more effective in your jump.
What instances would you not be able to do it?
Dirty bottom.
Mossy bottom.
Yeah, mosses plays havoc, big time.
If the bar does not break real fast where you hit the fish, then you can throw a smaller size instead of a 100. Normally a 100 is the standard that you throw. It depends where you anchor. I throw 800s in some spots. But you can throw a size smaller and it will just chase nose ends. It won't just quite be on the bottom, but if they're active and there's a schooler, I guarantee they're going to eat it.
One of the mistakes I made when I was first starting out is I was trying to, when I'd hit a fish, say at 12 feet, I'd try to anchor up to maybe 5-6 feet and throw out to him. Try to bring it up before she'd hit in the weeds. Denny said, no, dummy, if you hit it at 12 feet, anchor at 12 feet, throw back to him. So you're always got that. If they're at 12 feet, keep your lure at 12 feet.
You gotta
Makes sense.
You gotta try and duplicate your trolling pattern.
Okay, you're not anchoring in the school. You're anchoring at 12 feet.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You're anchored ahead of
It's
them.
great. It's great when you're fishing a lake with a clean, hard bottom.
That breaks quick. You're on a bar that
It's
breaks
got
quick.
nothing there, no snags or nothing, where you can just throw it out and walk it right through them and you make your catch. But if there's weeds and if there's moss, it makes it more difficult.
Classic,
Not
the
impossible.
classic position is
Breaks pretty sharp,
if you
like
hit
at
one on
20
the
feet,
end of the bar,
would you still try to throw the
so you
spoon
hit
plug over
your
into the
shoulder,
hole
make
and
it
bring it
straight
up?
like that. You hit one
At least
14
once or
feet.
twice,
If I
wouldn't
know
you?
they're there.
7 or 8 feet, 6 feet, and you whip that spoon plug out and bring it back through.
Because he
But
thought it would be, really
if it's
hard.
if
Well,
you
we throw it up
can't
in a
do
hole,
that,
it's
you're a
got
little deeper.
some-
But the 250 anchored at 9 or 10 feet wouldn't quite walk. See, and I just crank that thing along and I get about halfway and I stop it and it'd sink about 2 feet. See, you know, crank that thing, pow, want to take it.
That's why you use a size smaller, because it comes up off the
Yeah,
bottom.
you want it to come. Yeah, you don't want it to dig. You want it to come up. So
You
it don't
got
get
shit,
in.
you want to get as close as you can.
Chase does that on Estimate, don't you?
Check them saddles out behind it. Got a hump here, look, go on the deep one. Got a hump here, go on the deep one. Look at the bones. Look at the little holes here, John. There's a school of fish here, school of fish in there.
John, give me a Jackson, man.
God dang.
I got a question.
Almost end up different peninsula.
Is this the way you feed her, John?
Huh?